The way of discipleship, following Christ, is rooted in one thing: love. At least that's what the gospel keeps reminding us and what we hear today this Sunday. Love rooted in 2 commandments. Pretty simple. But it demands the wholeness, a wholehearted way of living with our lives, every fiber of our being. In this passage from Mark, there's a scribe, one is the writer and keeper of the law, came up to Jesus and asked him, "What is the first of all the commandments?" And Jesus replied, "This is the first. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is Lord alone, and therefore you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And this is the second. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." 2 commandments. The scribe, being the one of the keeper of the law, then responds, "Excellent. Yes, that's right." And then goes on to say to mirror back to Jesus what he heard, and from a sense of like believing that call. God is one, there's no other. Yes, to love God with all our heart and all our thoughts and all our strengths, and to love our neighbor as ourselves is worth more than anything, any burnt offering or sacrifice. And Jesus told him, "You are not far from the reign of God." 2 commandments connected by love. And the scribe gets it. What does that mean to our heart, our soul, our mind? It means that wholehearted love with the fullness of our being, everything. We bring everything to God in love, even the good, the bad, and the ugly part of our lives. And that challenge to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, there's a balance of how do we love ourselves that is wholehearted love? And how do we also do that to our neighbor? This week, what will our wholehearted love look like? In the simple commandment to love God, and love our neighbor as ourselves. In that simplicity, it calls for the fullness of our being. How will we love God in our being and dwelling this week? How will we love ourselves, and how will we love our neighbor? And what does that look like? That wholehearted love and strength. So that we can live as witnesses of love, witnesses of strength, and witnesses of a love that triumphs over hatred, where love wins out over injustice, where love is the root of all goodness and life and the fullness of being. How will we walk this week in that love? Amen.